Hello, hello.
Wow.
How
How
you
you doing,
doing?
Mr. Graveyard?
Pretty good, pretty good. I kind of knew, surprise, surprise. I'm here again this week instead of Mezzo. She's still out taking care of her mother, like a fantastic daughter that she is.
We wish her mama well. She
Oh,
is
very much
recovering
so.
from some surgery.
Yes. So no, doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Got out of Evil Dead Rise at about midnight last night. So
Woohoo!
recorded today and waiting to edit that and drop that. I'm excited. So, how
Wow.
you
Okay,
doing
without
today?
without spoilers, without spoilers, we're as an Evil Dead man, as a man
Mhm.
who has tattoos on his body
Yes.
of the Evil Dead. Were you satisfied, my friend?
One word review, groovy. No, it was fantastic. It really showed what it can do when grown and nurtured and blossomed to a new franchise. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here, quite honestly.
Okay,
So
okay.
how you doing?
That's exciting to hear. That's especially with all the sequels that are coming out, and it just seems
Mm-hmm.
like people are just trying to ride a popularity train. They know this movie made money the first time. Let's just do it again.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear about a movie that actually is taking concern in developing their story.
Oh, it's a very that's without spoiling. It's a very much return to form of what we expect from the franchise, with the horror side of it, not the fake
Right.
witch side. But anyway, how
Excellent.
you doing tonight, sir?
Oh, other than Say Wong over here in the comments, yeah, I know Vakicon was on time, man. But Vakicon didn't give away 8 lightsabers, did they?
Ooh.
If I recall, you had to pay to Vakicon. Nobody had to pay to tune into YouTube. What is up,
Oh,
Commander and Katrina? Thank you so much. I talked to Katrina earlier today. I
oh,
am
nice.
happy she is here. No, there isn't bonus lightsabers for jumping on like 2 hours early. I said 7 p.m.
Oh man, you ready to get into some nerdy news here?
Dun, 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 dun.
Hold on, I gotta pull it up.
I love it. I love it.
Look at that guy back there,
I
right?
like the bonus seashell picture you had in the other chat
Yes.
better. But go ahead. Yeah, there's the music.
Yes. So today's topics for nerdy news is, first one up is someone released a great article that is linked in the description below. I believe that is a newer people's guide to the House of M, which I don't know if you know much about House of M, but there's big theories about going on about how House of M may play into the future of the MCU with Scarlet Witch, mutants, all that stuff. Big theory is reverse House of M. So this guy tells you what you need to read to get into the mindset of House of M. Now, it is a couple years old, the storyline, but it's a huge storyline, and people always get really confused because it's been 800 episodes of X-Men at this point, or something like that. So no, it's a great guide. It tells you everything you need to know and kind of what we've seen in the MCU so far that is leading potentially to it.
Right. Fantastic. That's great. There's so much, with the MCU, there is so much for them to pull from. It's hard to tell what direction they're going. And even when they go a direction of a certain comic, it's not like they pull 100% from that comic. They add
Right.
their own little twist and variations into it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. In fact, just before this, I was watching a behind the scenes thing of Moon Knight.
Okay.
I absolutely loved Moon Knight, and it was just cool to see how they made that.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm interested to see, they have the announced show Vision Quest, which is maybe season 2 of WandaVision, and they have, House of Harkness, which has maybe some production issues right now, they're saying, but maybe also leaning into the House of M storyline. So I'm stoked. I love MCU.
There's a lot of story to tell. There's a lot to tell.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I'm not just the horror guy, right?
Well, I don't know. That storyline's kind of freaky. Maybe it's still right up your alley.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's one of those books I collect comics. I have to get the whole subset of it, so just the trade paperback.
Right.
All right. Also, next is we have, I don't know if you've seen this, Star Wars and Volkswagen collabs.
What?
Yeah. So
okay. I see. Oh, I see a Mudhorn on there.
Yeah. So they're wrappers for cars. So they're going along with Volkswagen, and they're making based off of Mandalorian, obviously with the Mudhorn on there. that we can, go ahead and let me get that going. There we go. It's very best car-ish, right? So it's the wrap that they're working with Volkswagen to make these more Star Wars inspired Mandalorian.
See, I want a car made out of real Beskar, man.
How much do you think that would weigh? That's going to weigh a lot.
Yeah, but it would look fantastic after an accident.
Yeah, you're going to plow through everyone with your Beskar. So from the links in the description below, and there's a good commercial with it too. It shows Jawas and all that jazz. So it's pretty funny. It's a good thing, and I think they're finally jumping on and realizing that Mandalorian is finally this really hit show, and now that companies are working together to get this stuff to happen. So it's really cool. We haven't seen stuff like this in Star Wars, arguably since the prequels.
Right.
So yeah,
I love it.
Yes.
I'm there for it, dude. I wonder how many people in the last couple of years have got a Mudhorn tattoo.
That's a great question. Or the Beskar or the Mythosaurus. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm sure. Like, I would love to talk to you. Like, just do a general poll in tattoo shops and see how many new, how many people have gotten Mandalorian tattoos in the last 3 years.
This is the way, or Grogu, or anything like that.
Right.
I jumped ahead of the game about 15 years ago. I got the New Republic and New Jedi Order tattooed on my leg. So yeah, I'm already taking.
You were cool before cool was cool.
Exactly. I also have Luke's lightsaber on my other leg. So
woohoo!
Been sporting that for years.
And well, red blade for life. That's all I have to say about that. But I'll give you your props anyways. That's still cool. I don't have a lightsaber on me, so you're up over me.
There you go. So no, I think it'd be fun just to see that poll, or even with our fans, just go through our Discord to see who has Star Wars tattoos and who's gotten them recently too. Love to post that.
That would be fun.
Woo-hoo. Yes. All right. Well, on that
Thank you for that nerdy news, sir.
Yes. Thank you to Mezzo for making that. I was doing my research before the show, like a good reporter.
Oh, I'm wearing my distance nerding shirt, and you're wearing your distance nerding hat. If you don't know Distance Nerding, make sure to check them out. That is our sister podcast. Oh, I want to let everybody know too, while we've got so many people up front here, we are closing in on the last couple of weeks. We have 20% off on everything on our website right now. On top of a bunch of fabulous sabers, we have saber stocks and earrings and saber chopsticks. Oh my! But on top of the 20% that you get off, an additional 20% goes towards the wheelchair fund for producer Jon of Beatdown and of Hearts of Kyber. We are trying to raise money for a new wheelchair and or wheelchair parts for him. If we can't raise enough for the entire wheelchair, we're going to try to buy some parts for it that he can use. So head over to the website and know that your money is going towards a good cause. And that ends at the end of this month, because it's almost May 4th, my friend.
It is. I'm excited.
On that note, really quickly, because I know why a lot of people are here.
Yes, we have to talk about it, right? We got it.
I know it's not just my our sexy beards. Yes. These are some of the sabers that we are giving. We're giving away 8 sabers tonight. Now, I want to clarify. 5 of these are for people who have been our Patreon members for 3 months or more. We do have a Patreon that you can join for just as little as $1 a month for exclusive content and exclusive prizes, including once a year we give away 5 sabers. And in our top tier, if you are part of our family tier, you are getting a custom saber. This is a custom paint job with the Joker on it. I don't know if you can see all the glitters. And he's got a letter J. This has a CFX soundboard. You can switch between different fonts, whatever ones you want to load up on there. This is an RGB, and it is set with just one light, but of course, any professional installer can do it, change it to anything you like. So this will be one of the sabers we're giving away, along with 4 other sabers for our Patreon. And last week, we had a little bit of a mix-up with our free saber giveaway, so I'm giving away that saber tonight and 2 more stunt sabers, just because we're coming up on May 4th. They've been in my shop. It's from another company that we don't sell anymore when we used to sell multiple brands. So these are stunt sabers. They're not the full sound sabers, but send them off to a good installer and they can do anything.
Ooh, stunt saber.
So we are giving away and one of them is a pretty coveted one. It's the Darth Revan.
Oh,
yes.
Dang. And yeah, so the rules are for as follows for the 3 saber giveaways that aren't the Patreon is we've been going back and forth, but you can't have one we're saying 3 months or 6 months.
6 months.
6 months. If you won one from us on our channel, you have to wait 6 months between you're eligible to win again. To enter, just start posting your comments here. Any comment we get is going to be added up at the end when we do the raffle giveaway for those 3 lightsabers.
And just to be clear, if you've left one comment, it's not like if you leave 50 comments, you get 50 shots. Just one comment gets you one. All you have to do is leave one comment, and you're already on the wheel.
If you have multiple accounts, you can do it multiple times.
That's right, from different accounts.
Yes. So, and we'll describe more when we get there of the other stuff, but those are the main rules. And we determined that if you are a Patreon, you are getting the lightsaber tonight, essentially, and you will not be eligible for the everyone. Right. So those are the only rules. Like I said, multiple accounts, multiple comments. That's the only way you can get multiple names in there. So let's do it from there. All right. You ready for our flow of the show?
I am always ready for our flow.
And our flow artist today is Eric Sia. So let's go ahead and roll that.
Eric Sia. Really quickly, I want to remind people that we are fortunate enough to have the great James Kaiser as a producer on our show, aka Darth Cephalus. He is the one that brings us these incredible artists from all across the world every week. So once again, what's that artist name?
Eric Sia.
Eric Sia. Let's see what he's about.
All right. All right. Once again, that is Eric Sia, and thank you to James Kaiser for getting us these clips and bringing them to us every week. They are amazing to watch every single time.
Every single time. I'm always amazed that it wasn't on tonight's, but it always seems to be that whenever people are doing fire, they always have long hair. I never am able to figure that out. Fire people.
Where you think my hair went? Oh, wait.
He's like, I did fire dance for years.
Yes. But without further ado, you ready to bring our guest tonight?
I am. Are you going to be able to man the side and keep all the comments rolling?
Yep.
Because I am way behind. There's a lot of people rolling through. It's a busy night.
Lots of people tonight. Thanks to everyone watching so far. Keep it up. We love you guys. So let's get our intro going for our guest here. Ready?
All right. This next gentleman, his name is Mr. Derek Clark. He comes from Tennessee, and he is part of a crew called the Rancor crew. They are a it's a little hard to say. Just like we had, if you had tuned in a couple of weeks ago, you saw Malice with Praxium, outer rim Praxium.
Yeah.
And they are a bit of a choreography, but it's not like your standard choreography. I think that's a little bit of how I might compare them, or maybe they just can't be compared at all. You judge for yourself. Roll that clip. Let's get to Mr. Derek Clark. Yo.
Hello.
How are you doing tonight?
Excellent. It's Kentucky, not Tennessee. You're very close, though.
Oh man. In California, the West Coast is just all California, so I don't even have to think about it
Yeah,
out here.
it's okay. We're close, but we're just not quite there yet.
Well, I do appreciate you staying later up on a Sunday night to hang out and talk to us.
I mean, I'll pay for it at work tomorrow, but that's fine.
Oh man, the guilt. I'm feeling guilty. So,
No guilt. The pleasure's all mine. I can think of no better excuse to be grumpy tomorrow at work.
oh, dude, we're gonna be
So
talking about
this is
Sabers.
awesome.
We're gonna be talking about Sabers. What? How much better can it be?
Exactly.
So, can you tell the audience a little bit about Rancor? What exactly is it? I mean, because even when we were talking about it, it's not quite a choreography group. It's not a fight group. It's definitely entertaining. It's definitely visually attractive and theatrical.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't rely, like you were saying. You know, we were talking about the differences between you and Outer Rim Praxium, and you were saying they're more costume and story based. Visually like that, and you guys go a different direction. Can you tell
Yeah.
people a little bit about yourselves?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Rancor is a theatric lightsaber combat group located in Grayson, Kentucky. We were started in 2016 by Amanda Tussey, Michael Watts, and Alex Knipp. They were formerly, well, they were cross members. They were still members at the time, but they started Rancor off the system of the Morehead State University Order. They do a very similar. They have the same system we use. It's basically the best way I can describe it is it's flash, it's fun, and it's meant to entertain. It's not a combat group. We don't teach anybody anything that they're going to take with a real sword and take anybody out on the streets with. But
Right.
what we teach is what I like to refer to it as it's a visual art. We treat saber combat. You showed the flow clip earlier. We basically take like the ideology behind the entertainment behind flow, and we apply that in a combat scenario so that we can like blend our styles together and put on a show. A lot of our stuff generally does really well to music. Does really well in like stage show work. Talking about the difference between Outer and Praxium, I love what they do. They do very character driven stuff. We've never really touched on that heavily at Rancor. There's always room to experiment with it. At this point, we're still kind of comfortable with what we're doing, but I like to say that what we do is we put on a show.
Nice.
That's the big word. It's got a visual storytelling. I see in the comments. Absolutely.
Right. And how big is your group?
It's fluctuated over the years. We started in the like high, like I'd say like lower teens. We made it all the way up to 20 some members or around 2019. COVID hit.
Yeah.
That was really hard on us, but we managed to find a way to still get the practice in with everybody and try to keep some people on board. And life happens; people come and go. Right now, we're sitting at a strong and steady 15 to 18 members active this season so far.
Wow! And do you guys have like a park that you guys meet up at, like weekly or bi-weekly, or how do you guys keep together? And are you going and practicing like specific drills that you can kind of like use in your free flow, fighting, or what is it that you do when you get together?
Okay, so what we do is we have form interpretation on the lightsaber forms used in the Star Wars universe that we have applied and formed mechanics around so that we are able to actively use those in a dueling setting against one another. And this allows us to interpret what our opponent is doing, and that allows us to basically, it's more of a conversation. To give a I guess a rough example, if I come at somebody using the Jedi art of Suresu, they're going to know where I'm striking, how I'm planning to strike, so that they can appropriately set up a believable defense or lose.
Right. Wow. Okay. So you're not really when you go into your situation. So let's say tomorrow you have a performance in front of an audience somewhere.
Yeah.
There already kind of a storyline going in, or is it kind of like in the moment fighting? And because you
It
fought
can
together,
depend.
uh-huh.
Yeah, it can depend a little bit. So, like, just to give an example, I see you out there, Matea, jumping in the comments wanting that shout out. Me and Matea Nip, we do a lot of work together. So there's a very strong, like, chemistry that we've built on over the years of dueling one another. I know what they're capable of. They know what I'm capable of. And really, what we can add to that outside of just the standard mechanics that we have designed for our system is we're able to throw on that extra layer of flash, that extra layer of substance. A lot of our work is meant to be saber to saber contact, but because I trust Matea and they trust me, I can throw them over my back, or they can throw a kick at me, and if I perceive it correctly, I can catch it and roll it. There's all kinds of you're meant to build more partnerships with the people you duel, as opposed to just standard, like, very strict competitiveness.
Right. But I did hear you use the word system, so that means that there is some kind of, like, I don't know, like rules or something over.
Yes, there is a structure.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, absolutely. So the structure that we use, once again, credit to the progenitors of the MSU order, we use a system that's called phasing. I don't know if the Outer Rim Praxium talked about it when they were on here, but it's very much in the similar grain. There's an offensive party and there's a defensive party, and when you have offense, you are taking a string of strikes. You're meant to continue into a consistent flow. This is basically, if I were to describe it, you're building a conversation with your opponent, and the phase is the sentence. You're taking turns talking to each other and giving each other feedback. The system basically is meant to encourage creativity with your blade work.
Okay.
And in the way you know when to stop, we have systems built in place that allow you to know, okay, my opponent has signaled through certain blade work or certain positioning or certain footwork that they want to take aggression. And we teach those skill sets to people whenever they join. It's one of the first criteria you meet is how to appropriately phase. I see you, Tony. I know you want them written rules. I'm just a busy man. I will get them to you. I promise.
So is it kind of like almost like baseball, where there's like signals that you're throwing to each other? Like, if I go into this pose and my left foot is forward, that means I want to take control of the fight.
It's a little more dynamic than that. I'll be transparent with you. Most of the receiving is going to be done by the defensive party. When you're on offense, you are meant to come in, give your show, do your blade work, keep it rolling. It's the defensive party's obligation in this instance to interpret what you're doing and to react accordingly, whether that be accurately defending the oncoming strike or receiving it and effectively losing. That is the part of this that is almost entirely unscripted. The part of who
you don't know that before you go in. And so if you and I are going on stage,
no.
We haven't discussed beforehand. Okay, I'm gonna lose this one. You're gonna be the winner on this one.
You certainly could, but I don't think that that's very fun.
So it really almost seems like improv acting is, but with low stakes.
That's a pretty good way of looking at it. It's very I personally find it more akin to dancing, because across the board I treat my dueling opponent as a partner. This is a show that we're putting on for everybody else, and it's more important for me that we are able to play off of each other and show dynamic dueling interaction as opposed to who's going to end up winning. That being said, like, winning feels nice. And I'm not going to make a hypocrite of myself. Winning feels good. But it's not the goal for me. And it's not the goal for a lot of our membership. That we do have people that are bloodthirsty and will go for it. But as a standard curriculum, it's more important for us to put on a good show and to leave people entertained and leave people talking.
Nice. Nice. And how long would a show be? Are they do they tend to be like a quick 2 minutes or a 5 minutes or even up to like 10 minutes or something like that? And is it always like a one-on-one battle, or will you have like a group performance?
So we've done a couple of live performances that have like ranged in length and ranged in levels of choreography or levels of I would say improv. The thing we've done most commonly are like parades and like minor showcases in our town, and those usually like the parade is a parade. You're dueling for a long time, and we cycle people in and out on that. And there could be a couple of one-on-ones going. There could be a couple of 2v1s going on, but it's more important that we shuffle our people so that nobody's feeling like extreme fatigue.
Right.
Um, as far as like shows, that we did an event a couple years back called Transmute, and Amanda Tussey, one of the founders of our group, she put together a team and they did a pseudo choreography. Basically, there were parts of it that were very much meant to happen, but
Mhm.
the vast majority of the set was done entirely like improv. But that
Wow.
lasted about 7 to 8 minutes, I believe. I've seen some duels last forever to the point where, you know, if a duel lasts too long, you're not going to be able to put on your best show because at that point you're tired.
Right.
Optimally, you want to have, if you're in a 1v1 setting, you're going to get your best work within the first 2 minutes, and then you're probably looking to wrap it up around three.
Right. Right. And what is the goal for the group?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, let's say Tony was in the comments there with Aiken. When you have an academy, obviously there's a goal, right? You are trying to learn skills and you're trying to get better. You're trying to advance your knowledge. With you guys, is it just about having fun? Is it about camaraderie? Is it about fitness? It seems like it'd be very good, if somebody were trying to lose some weight. It sounds like this would be a great place to do it.
Our goals are widespread, and I think it changes from person to person. It depends on who you ask. If you ask me what my goal is, specifically for the organization, being an administrator and being one of the primary leadership, I want us to perform as much as we can, and I want us to ideally move into more nonprofit charity work. That's primarily what I want for the group. Now, if you were to ask, well, let's see here. If I asked my buddy Chris, who is my secondary, my right hand man, he'll probably tell you that it's about having fun and getting together with my friends and just having a good time.
Right.
Like the goal changes from person to person, but I think the path we all take to it is the same. And I
Right.
think that's actually part of what makes our culture within our group so outstanding. Everybody, whenever we get new people, we don't get new members, we make new friends. And I think that's been a really strong and impactful force in my life personally.
Right. 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 And do you have? Because I can imagine if you're like out doing these parades and stuff, like I can imagine a lot of little kids see you guys and oh my gosh, that's so cool, and want to find out, more information. Do you guys does it tend to be like adults, or is it people of all different age levels?
Okay, so we practice right on the main strip of our town. The Grayson Gallery and Art Center, where we meet for our practices, and our first and proudest sponsor of our group. Um, they're located right on the main strip in our town, so everybody sees us every week, and they honk their horns, they come out their windows, they're like, "Oh yeah!" Um,
Right.
like during the parades, especially, kids go crazy, and it's one of those things that, like, I mean, speaking transparently as somebody who became a father over the course of the time I've been in the group. When I was first in it, I'll be transparent here. Like, I love kids. Kids can get in the way. But like after becoming a father in 2018 and seeing like kids' faces light up whenever you do this, like that
Right.
is probably the single most rewarding thing. I love it when other like people my age and other adults get into it, but I'm still gonna hoop and holler and cheer for the kids that get into it.
Right. And so do you have like little kids that train with you guys? Are there different like age levels, or is it primarily adults?
Well, when we first started, the hard age minimum was 16, and you had to have parental consent for that. 18 and up, yeah, I mean, you're an adult. Come down,
Right.
come swing, have fun. We did end up like lowering it down to 14 plus with parental consent, and it didn't necessarily boost our numbers like dramatically. But we do have a couple. We do have one particular student. I'm going to shout him out because he's phenomenal. Isaac Stewart or Isaac Hayes. I think it's Isaac Hayes.
Right.
He is terrific. He started with us whenever his stepdad joined, my friend Kenton, and this boy is a monster. I mean, I like to think I'm good, and I like to think that I can create good duelists, but I can't take credit for people who have natural talent. And
Wow.
he's 14 years old, and he is every bit as good at this as any of our adult membership that's been doing this for infinitely longer. It's really
Wow.
impressive.
So what makes him, I mean, what makes him so naturally good? Is it just he just really gets into it, or no inhibition, or what
Yeah,
makes
okay.
him?
It's it's confidence, it's flow, it's the grasp of mechanics. We talk a lot about that click that happens when you finally understand how to perform, how to flow with a partner, how to
Right.
engage in that dynamic with somebody. And it took him no time. He picked it up, he ran with it. I mean, it was full steam ahead. And
Wow.
everybody's incredibly proud of him, scared of him because he's also really quiet. But
Right.
I mean, just an absolute talent. Not to say that his stepdad Kenton isn't, great either. He's good, but I mean, if I'm gonna shout out anybody, I'm gonna shout out, the 14-year-old who puts the whip on us on a regular basis.
Right. Now I know I talk to a lot of different groups on here. And one of the things that I just hear consistently across the board is how COVID just kicked their butts, and how,
Mm-hmm.
they had really good membership, and because they weren't meeting, people dropped out, interest changed. And then when it came back in, they weren't really sure what the rules were. Do I wear a mask? Do I not wear a mask? What did that do for you guys?
Well, the good news is that relative to the time where we started our season in that summer in 2020, we normally would start in the end of March, early April. We held off until guidelines were in our favor. And those
Right.
guidelines around the time of May in 2020 were, yeah, you can meet outside in groups of 10 or less. And what that turned into was either we would split the group in two traditionally. We would take people to one location, and then we had an auxiliary location further, just a little ways down the road, and people would be able to respectively practice with the group that fit them for that
Right.
particular practice evening. And and then once the vaccine hit, it was really easy to just say, hey guys, we can totally get back in it if people just get jabbed.
Right.
That being said, I don't necessarily think that COVID itself was what hurt us. It was the circumstances that COVID put other people in, such as like having loved ones who would fall under the high risk when like umbrella, having elderly family members in the home, jobs. I was an essential worker, still am, in 2020. So
Right.
my work week was Monday through Saturday, and Sunday is our practice day. That was my only day off. I was
Right.
lucky in that regard. Others really weren't.
Right. 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 And when you came back together, did you find yourself having new people coming on board? Because I know the other thing that I hear a lot of is that when when COVID stopped, people were itching to get back together, and they were looking for
Hmm.
things to do. And so, a lot of these groups, their attendance absolutely died. In some cases, the group that they left with COVID was a different group then when they came out of COVID, they had a whole brand new, set of people because some people moved on and then new people moved in.
I wouldn't say it was an entirely new group. I would say that there was like a resurgence of people feeling like maybe they didn't think they could, like at the time before COVID happened, and then when COVID happened, oh well, I don't feel comfortable with this. And then they felt like a renewed vigor to come and check us out after, guidelines had loosened up and after things felt more safe.
Right.
But our group as a whole, I wouldn't say that it's drastically changed. I would say that we do have more new faces like in the past 2 years than we had in the 4 years prior.
Right.
And I don't know if that's in correlation to to COVID happening, or if that was just the circumstances that people found, feeling more comfortable to come talk to us.
Right.
I've talked to a lot of people in my own hometown, who know I do this, and they don't know what the entry point is.
Right.
And it's like, just show up. Like it's really just as simple as show up, introduce yourselves. We have spare sabers. We've got, a safety waiver for you to sign. Right. Everything will be cool. And just getting it across to people that it is that easy to start with us is probably my biggest hurdle. It's the one thing that I tried desperately to get across.
Right. You're like, just come out. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
just in general, roughly, what is the size of like your town or where you live?
Grayson, Kentucky, I believe in the last census had 3,500, maybe 4,000 people.
4,000 people. Okay.
Yeah, 3,500, 4,000, somewhere around that.
And in your area of where you're at, are there like lots of cities around you, or do you have to drive a ways to get to the next, nice big size city? Or
I mean, it kind of, but not really. Where we live right off the interstate here in Grayson, you've got Moorhead down the road about 45 minutes. You've got Huntington 45 minutes in the other direction. Ashland is about roughly 35 minutes. Those are much larger populations, and we do have people who come to us from those locations to participate with us.
So is there besides you guys, is there anything else around you that's Saber related? Are there other academies or other
yeah. There's like a whole catalog of different groups with different priorities. Like if you want a more combat focused group, you want something that's more akin to like a martial practice. There's the Tri-State Order of the Gensarai based out of Ashland. If you want something that's more RP focused, something that's a little bit more character driven, very similar to Outer Rim Praxium. You have the Imperial Legion, who they, are, I believe, an offshoot. I don't know if they're a sister group, but I know that they borrow the same system and forms, generally speaking. I know that they apply them in their own specific ways. I don't want to speak to the specifics of that. You've also got, the Moorhead State University Order. They're a campus organization, so they function on very different guidelines than we do, but they function under the same system, the same form sets.
So Star Wars is popular out in your area.
Oh yeah. For a good few years, we had a conglomerate. I don't know if that's the correct word. A coalition. It's something or the other. Where it was a tri-state Saber community. And we would get together for events every year, and we held like an inter-organizational tournament. And it was a lot of fun. Creative differences did kind of drive it apart in the end, but I mean, it was a wonderful time to be had. I made a lot of great friends through it. But yeah, Star Wars be popping in the tri-state area.
Wow. So it seems like people have a lot of different things to choose from. It just depends on, what little nuance that they wanted to get into.
Oh yeah, like there have been many people who I've spoken to, that'll come to Rancor and they'll be like, "Man, I like it. It's fun, but I want something that's a little bit, grittier." And I'm like, "Well, I can't give you gritty here, but if you want to travel like 35 minutes to Ashland, hit up the Gensarai." And I've had people be like, "Man, I really like what we do, but I want, more. I want more of like a personal story." And then that's when I can send them to someone like I can send them to the Imperial Legion, and being able to give people more of what they want through this community it's satisfying. You can find any means to do this that suits your personal taste.
Right, right. Do you guys do any touring at all, or is it pretty much in your town, or?
We try to keep we got to keep it local, primarily because for us, a lot of our membership has, like, we all have very varying levels of obligations in our lives
Right.
that don't necessarily allow us to get the band together and go on a 3 or 4 hour trip to another con like down the road or anything like that. It'd be nice if we could, and we are currently in this phase where we're trying to figure out all the things that we want to do and all the different performances and avenues by which we can express ourselves.
Right.
But as of right now, like, I think we're all pretty comfortable with what we're doing locally, and we're able to reach out really strong through our social media connections. Our TikTok is, like, incredible. And I got to give entire credits to Amanda Tussey for that. She basically takes all the video, she puts them all together, stitches them, edits them, and they are very nice. I'm not even saying that to gloat on my group or, my other leader in the group. It's real. She just absolutely nails it every time.
Incredible. I got to make sure to check that out. So, do you guys use all different types of weaponry, or do you stick to like okay, so you don't, it's not just a standard blade, you might use a cross guard or pikes, or...
So I can cover that pretty quickly. Generally speaking, what we teach people to use and what we expect people to have a sufficient handling with before they move on to any exotic weaponry is just a single standard saber. Whatever suits your needs most, at a most readily available means. Generally speaking, standard blade length is going to be anywhere in our group between 24 inches to 36 inches. And that variation is given so that people who are shorter don't have to use something that's too long for them. Right. Or if you have like medical conditions that don't allow you the strength to handle a full 36-inch blade, you can cut down to like 32 or 30. Right, I myself have tendonitis, so I don't have the best like grip strength. So handing me a 36-inch chonker, I'm gonna have a bit of a tough time. I'm gonna be a little bit slower, but if you let me take 4 inches off, get both my hands on the stick, I will be in perfect shape.
Right. Fantastic.
But talking about the exotics, we do teach Jar-Kai dual wielding. We have people who use staff. We do have people who use pike. Knight Kyron in the comments. I see you, Kegan. He is one of our like most storied duelists. Phenomenal guy, an incredible fighter. He uses pike. I've seen some people show up to practice, and I told myself I wasn't going to be public about this, but I'm going to be. I loathe tonfas. That design is bad, and ergonomically it makes no sense. You are using a weapon in the most like abomination style possible. I can see very little application for it. Right. I get that people think they're cool looking. I think they're cool looking, but you're gonna die with it. It's just there's like, we're a performance group, and I know that sounds really weird to say. Oh, well, I mean, you're a performance group. Why do you care? Like, there's a certain level of suspension I cannot grant to somebody who has tonfas in their hands. It's silly to me. But right. I mean, yeah, we offer all kinds of exotic training. Most of that's done through our exotic weapons expert, John Lee. He's storied in everything with Jar-Kai, staff. He's even got exotic weaponry. Like, he does a lot of his work with polypropylene. He's got really, really strong forearms. Wow. So, like, he can also show you how to, like, index specific weaponry in a way that you can translate to a saber for a more nuanced approach.
Right. Wow. So you guys don't have, it just comes down to personal preference then.
Well, when it comes to the exotics, you have to, like, we have a tiered system of mastery in our group where certain permissions are granted as you go along. Just to give an example, you show up day one, the first thing you're learning is a Shicho kata. and that is a 6-strike pattern in the most basic Jedi lightsaber form there ever was. And in order to move up a tier, you got to prove that you can use that by itself before you can move on to learning another lightsaber form. And that the form you learn changes on the side, but the ascension path dictates like what you have available to you.
Right. Wonderful. And what do you think? We've got about 3 minutes left here, 3-4 minutes left. What do you think? Oh, holy crap! Sorry.
You forget something?
No, my store manager walked into the store and I had no idea he was in here. So I thought I was in here by myself. Sorry.
Take a breath. You're all right. You're safe.
Man. All right. What do you think you see for the future of Rancor over the next few years? Are there places like that you would like to go, or I don't necessarily mean physical places, but things that you would like to do, extensions that you would like to have in your group that you aren't currently doing?
I mean, I would always love to have more membership, and I would love to build a tighter net with my local community. I mean, we're tight, but we could be tighter, and we could catch more students if we just were able to cast a wider net and to let people know that we're open and available. For me, like I said, my big goal is getting into more charity work, doing more performances. But I think on the whole, our big goal for the next couple years is to just have fun, to invite people down, and to keep swinging. Because I don't want it to end. I don't know anybody in my group that wants it to end. And as long as we can keep this lovely culture that we've built amongst ourselves, continue to keep that prospering, I see nothing but dubs, nothing but wins, and that's just my whole take on it.
Fantastic. Are there any types of like performances, like I know you were saying a lot of times you do parades and things like that, but do you ever have dreams of like being on a Comic-Con stage and being able to perform, or at a local, government thing or something, demonstration?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think anybody that puts a saber in their hands wants to be seen, and I think the more people, the bigger the venue, the more people that see you, that's obvious. That's obviously like a huge goal. For me though, if it's just me and my friends meeting in a parking lot swinging for the kids in our town, I mean, I'm totally content with that. If I never go to a Comic-Con swinging a stick as a performance, I mean, I'll be kind of bummed about it, but I mean, at the end of the day, as long as somebody watches us on TikTok or sees us on the side of the road, and I've won.
Right.
We've won. Right. And that's all there is to it. If I may, 1 second here. I saw Katrina say, so no open forums. Nah, not really. We do little games and stuff where we can throw the forums out the window and just have a good time. But for the sake of performance and the sake of our dueling culture, we do want to maintain a certain level of quality assurance, so we try to keep open forums off as regularly as we can.
Wow. Well, I am absolutely amazed. I'm excited to go check out those TikToks. For those of you that are looking for more information about Rancor, the down in our description there will be postings there for URLs where you can go check out Rancor and what they do. Derek, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, telling us about what you do. I wish you nothing but success and growth of your group.
Thank you, sir. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, hopefully we can have you on in the future and hear about it when you've got 100 people in your membership.
Absolutely. Feel free to invite me back anytime. I've had an incredible night.
Woohoo! Thank you so much, Derek.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Graveyard, take us out.
don't need to be big here.
Wow, did you see that flow at the end? Like, I mean, just
Yeah.
the way that they flow together, it looks like it was, choreographed ahead of time.
Oh, absolutely. It's amazing that it's all improv. I mean,
Right.
that's astounding. Like I said, I'll say I was, backyard wrestler way back in the day. We did most improv stuff for that. So I like to see, I'm interested in how that worked with other things too, because, we thought about stuff like that, but, with Derek and then Malice saying that there's a lot of improv and signals, that's great. I love to see that.
Right. But then when you actually get to see, like in that last little video bit, how fast they were flowing and moving, and to know that that's not pre-rehearsed, that's pretty amazing to me, man.
Yeah. Stage combat, what I took in high school, was pretty cool, but I mean, that's just a whole other level. That is bringing cues tremendously to know, I feel.
Well, make sure, for everybody out there, make sure to check out Rancor out in Kentucky and see what they do. They have a TikTok, and all the information should be in our description box.
Yep, I put it in the chat too.
All righty.
All right. Well, you ready to go on some Comic-Con adventures with Mr. Kevin Hogan?
Let's go on a tour.
Do it.
Kevin Hogan from Northern California with another episode of California Comic-Con Adventures. On the weekend of April the 8th, 2023, our friends over at Ohana Comic-Con visited Visalia, California. Ohana Comic-Con is a group that visits different cities up and down the state of California every weekend, traveling up and down the state there, usually visiting local veterans homes, Elks Lodges, Moose Lodges, and other similar places there. There's a great chance whenever they come to a town near you, usually the areas they visit have free parking nearby, and their events are usually admission with under $10 prices there. They have local vendors there showing off their cool art there. Get a chance to browse the souvenirs there and their vendor halls there, and they usually have a cosplay contest in the afternoon around 2:30 there, so it's a great chance to hang out with some local cosplayer friends there and get to show off your cool cosplays there. So definitely recommend checking them out when they visit a city near you there. And on the weekend of April 7th through the 9th, 2023, was Spring SAC Anime 2023 over at the Roseville Event Center, known as The Grounds. SAC Anime hosts several events throughout the year, usually at the Sacramento Convention Center in downtown Sacramento, but they also host some smaller events there at the Roseville area there. It was great. They filled that giant event center there with many vendors there over the whole weekend there, and we saw lots of cosplay groups walking around there. We saw a Super Mario family there walking around there. We saw a Team Fortress 2 group, like the flamethrower guy walking around there, South Park characters, Power Ranger group. It was really awesome. They have a big parking lot right next to the event center there. It's usually very affordable there. If you buy tickets ahead of time, it's usually like $25 for the whole weekend there. So definitely recommend checking out SAC Anime events if you're in the area there, the Northern California. It's a really fun time. Get to see some celebrities, autographs. It's really fun. And then they sometimes have some really cool panels to check out too at the same time there. It's really awesome. And on that same weekend of April 7th through the 9th, 2023, was BabsCon. That's the Bay Area My Little Pony Spectacular for all the fans of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. That's there in the Burlingame area of South San Francisco there. And of course, My Little Pony wouldn't be complete there if a fight hadn't broken out there. It's one of the fun little boxing matches there they had there. It was judged by the Klingon fans of My Little Pony there, where they had a human boxer there versus one of the pony cosplayers there. It was fun there. Judged by one of the voice actresses from the show there of Yona the Yak there. They had fun little panels throughout the hotel there, all about people talking about the show there and all the references and things in the show there. It was really neat there, and all a bunch of different topics there. And there's cosplayers from all sorts of different other fandoms there walking around there. There are other fans of the show there. I myself was walking around as Mau Mau here as a pure heart there, but there are references from our Dark Souls there, a bunch of furries walking around there, Ghostbusters, and many other references walk around the hotel there. So it was lots of fun, and it's like a 3-day event there. And there's actually several My Little Pony events that actually go around the entire world there and across the country there. So it's quite a following and a fandom there. It's a really interesting thing to check out there whenever one comes near you there. On the weekend of April the 15th through the 16th, 2023, was the Weekend Blender in Tracy at the West Valley Mall. The Weekend Blender is a free traveling Comic-Con that visits malls across California there and hosts free events there. So you can still shop inside the mall like normal, but down the center aisle of the mall, they have a bunch of Comic-Con vendors there. Plus, they're doing celebrities with autographs and a cosplay contest there. For example, we got to see Rita Repulsa from the Power Rangers there. We also got to see Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles there. Even the Fresno Deadpools were showing off their Warhammer 40,000 armor there. It was really fun there. Plus, all the different cosplayers there doing photo shoots there and doing the cosplay contest there. So if you're ever near where they're doing the Weekend Blender, definitely recommend checking it out there. They get the free parking, plus get to walk around the mall there. It's really awesome. On the weekends of April the 8th through the 16th, the San Francisco Cherry Blossom Festival has been going on. It's a celebration of the unification of American and Japanese culture there in downtown San Francisco's Japantown district there. It's like a outdoor shopping mall district there. Now, they have a parade that would normally happen every year, but that stopped during COVID there. And on the Sunday, April the 16th, that parade portion finally resumed there, which was great there. So they got to have lots of us cosplayers join in there, over 80 of us in fact there. I myself marching along as Marty McFly from Back to the Future there. We were alongside the NBC Bay Area news float there with some of us riding on board there. So we got to see a wave at a lot of happy San Francisco folk there along the side of the streets there, making them really happy there, showing off lots of our happy video game and movie and anime costumes there from all sorts of different fandoms walking along the streets there. And then the parade ended in Japantown, where we got to have a cosplay contest showcase there, along with all the other cultural events going on there, showing off different Japanese musical art and other things going on there, and to march along with other people in the parades there, showing off other different cultural aspects. So it was a great time there, and if you happen to be in Japan during the Cherry Blossom Festival, definitely suggest checking out there. It's a great event there to see there, and it's free to attend there. It's just a matter of paying the toll bridges and parking to get into San Francisco, that's all. And for upcoming events, be sure to look for on April the 30th, 2023 is going to be Ohana Comic-Con visiting the Porterville area there. So it'll be fun to check out some local friends there and see their fun costumes there. That's Ohana Comic-Con on April the 30th. And also on the weekend of April the 28th through the 30th there is going to be a free Star Wars Art Expo along with the Art Expo for a sale for other fandoms there at the Santa Clara Convention Center there. I've been once before there. It's a very emphasized on the art selling there. There are only a couple of cosplayers the time I went before there, so cosplayers are invited there. So the number of people going in cosplay may vary, just a heads up. It's mostly a art selling kind of event there, just a heads up there. Also on Thursday, May the 4th there is going to be the Sacramento Saber Rattle there at Fremont Park there, so everyone grab your lightsabers and head up there on Thursday evening there to battle each other there in Sacramento there. It'll be fun there. And also on May the 7th there is going to be the Lodi Comic-Con there over in Lodi, so that'll be fun. Well, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the picks, and we'll see you out there at the next Comic-Con.
Telling you, man.
Thank you, Kevin, for your Comic-Con Adventures update for us. Lots of stuff. My goodness.
Lots of stuff. It's good to be out here in California. And I also want to remind people that Sacramento Battle, we were there last year. We made a lot of great friends. We are not going to be there this year because we were invited to the Cal Academy of Science, where they're going to have a grown-up mixer. It's going to be Star Wars themed. So we're going to be out there this year at the Academy of Science, which would be kind of fun. So, yes, we will be out and about. And, you know, we are hitting a ton of other, we've got Jelly Belly, we've got a few other events coming up. So make sure to check out the Kyber Cave calendar to find out where we're going to be.
Yes.
All righty.
You ready to do this thing?
I'm a little bit scared, man. I've never given away this many at one time.
Yes. So once again, for everyone here that wasn't here at the beginning of the show, all you gotta do is leave a comment. One comment is your one vote. You only get one name in this drawing for this. But if you have multiple accounts,
YouTube channel.
Yeah, for a YouTube channel. So if you have multiple accounts on YouTube, you can use all of them if you want. Make sure
hey, what's up, man?
And if you won a saber in the past 6 months from the channel, you're not eligible to win another lightsaber for 6 months. Just make sure we'll keep that in mind too. And if you can't come get the saber from the shop, you have to pay for shipping. I think it's like about $15-ish.
Somewhere there. Yeah, you're across the country. I think you were like 15-ish when you. What's up, William?
Yeah. So on top of that, if you happen to win, make sure to contact Kyber Cave through email or through the Facebook chat to go from there.
And we will get you taken care of. And I'm going to do my best to write down like what saber goes to what screen name. All right. So we're going to do this a little anticlimactic. I can't see. Yes. We're going to start with the Patreon winners first. And of course, you would like to give away the coolest best prize last, but because we want to make sure that everybody is eligible, we're going to actually give away that one first. So I think we only have like 3 people eligible for this bad boy, right?
Yeah.
This is a CFX installed. It just has one light in here, but you can add more sound fonts on here. And of course, you can send this to an installer and get it changed anywhere you want. But it is a custom paint job. It's all glittery and shiny. It does have the Joker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mr. J.
Yeah, so super excited. Once again, this is for the family tier of Patreon. That's how you can enter to win the top tier lightsabers.
All right. So, and remember, you can join our Patreon at Kyber Cave Productions for as little as $1 a month. You will get all kinds of fabulous prizes, exclusive prizes, and exclusive content. So let's start with who gets the super special saber. Oh, are you ready? Nice.
Oh, nice. All right, so I have the 3 users up. Let me go ahead and share that out. There we are.
It's about as basic as they get.
One of those names looks familiar. I don't know where. All right, so this is for the Joker lightsaber. Here we go. There we go. Matt Granda.
Woo! Matt is the winner of the joke. Oh, graveyard. But you are still in. Now, the cool thing is we only had 5 people in our top 2 tiers, and we had announced that we were giving away 5 sabers. So that means everybody absolutely gets something. But don't worry, for all these people that tuned in, I have 3 sabers extra after we give these away for everybody else. So, all right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah, so this is the remaining Patreons, and we're just gonna go through. There's 4 sabers left, so everyone will get one at this level. So what one are we gonna do first?
Let's do this is the Ghost Fire. This is what? You did not win that one. I can't get it. Mez says that Matt did not win. Is Matt a previous winner, Mez? Or are you seeing anything in the comments?
No. Okay. So yeah, I think he's been missing from our channel. I don't remember.
The rules were that you have to have been with
he's not at that level. He's not in the friend tier.
Okay, yeah. So you pulled up the wrong tier.
Okay, so you're right. That is
family is Night Owl. Oh, Night Owl, AbiliTV, and Graveyard.
All right. Sorry, that was.
Thanks, man. See, this is why why we love our producer supreme.
Yep. All right. Well, let me start this again. So I'll share this.
Sorry, we're not getting all the comments through right now, too.
Yeah. All right. So Graveyard, Night Owl, and AbiliTV. All right. Are you ready to spin this then for the Joker? Let's do it.
All righty. Looks like Night Owl.
Woohoo! Night Owl. Congratulations. Make sure to contact us so we know where to ship this to.
Yay!
All right.
Okay. All right. Now let's move to the next ones.
Yes.
Thank you, Mez. All right. So this is the Ghost Fire. This is one of our custom designs, I believe. This one's a really popular one. I love the grip on this. This does have the 12 colors, 10 characters, sound fonts. It is rechargeable on the inside here. And of course, you're going to get all the accessories that go along with it. So do we have the correct lists?
Yes. So now,
Should be 4 names.
Correct.
All righty.
Yep. So it's the remaining 4 patrons that we have.
All right. So let's see who gets the Ghost Fire.
Here we go.
Looks like Graveyard.
I mean, it has ghosts in it, right?
Yeah. Very appropriate.
Yeah.
All right. The next one we are going to do is the Corruptor in gold.
Ooh.
Corruptor here.
Let me put you on your screen there so we can see it.
Ooh. This is the Corruptor. And that is 4.
All right, here we go.
AbiliTV.
Nice. Congrats, John. Nice.
Saber. Good job, John. Man, that guy's got a ton of Saber. He's got a Saber collection.
I know.
All right. The next one is going to be the Assassin.
Ooh.
This is actually one of my favorites. Very classic looking Saber. It could be Jedi or Sith.
Mm-hmm.
I love those more elegant looks.
All right. Let's see who gets this one. Barely.
Matt, you made it in there. Is that 4? Now, and I have left. Do we need to roll the wheel?
Oh, we're going to see who wins this one.
This one is a very popular one. Now, TXQ had a contest last year, and people submitted their designs. This was actually a winner of that design. This is called the Relic Hunter. Do we need to roll? See who gets that one?
Let's see who's going to win this one. All right, my money.
Yay, 4s!
Yay, 4s! we have to let him know before.
I know. Luckily, he's actually in California.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
That saves us on some shipping. All right. Now we have the one from last week, the Relic Hunter, but I'm going to give the other 2 away first.
Okay.
Next, I want to present to you the world's ugliest saber. The ugliest saber. I've had this shit in my shop. We used to sell all different brands of sabers, and this is one that we got from a company that I shall not name because I don't like this company anymore. But this is a chonky, hefty saber. And it is yours because I don't want to look at it anymore. So let's pull up that list. Everybody.
Yep.
This is the Franken saber.
The Frank saber. All right, let me go ahead and share that out.
Swear on the family show. What? I didn't swear, did I? Did I swear?
Yeah, no.
I might have when Steven scared the bejesus out of me.
All right. So we're collecting comments.
Woo! I wonder how many people we had with comments.
20 entries.
Ow!
All right.
It's actually lower than I expected, though.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and draw this one out.
I'll take it for free. Say well.
Somebody said, nobody wants this.
Metso does not work for me. So technically,
She said she can't win.
Oh, she can't?
She says that
Okay, let's roll again. I guess technically, like I did pay her for when we did Comic-Con.
There you go. All right. 21 entries.
This would be funny if it goes to Danny. I'd crack up.
Oh,
Cody!
Congratulations, Cody. You know how to get a hold of us, how to get a hold of you, so I'm not worried about that one. Congratulations, Cody.
This one is also a stunt saber. When we say stunt, that means it lights up only. It does not make sound. This is also from a company that will not be named, but it is a nice saber. I spent a lot of money on this saber, and if I didn't hate this company on a personal level so much, I would still keep it around. But I want this company stuff out of my store. So this is a Darth Revan Jedi saber. And it does have the belt clip on here. Ooh. It is in the accurate purple. I'm sorry, blind everybody out there. It is in the accurate purple. So let's see who's getting that one. Will it be you, Katrina?
Let's see.
Andrew Barber. Andrew's a new name too.
Yes. Woo-hoo! Congratulations, Andrew.
Andrew, congratulations. Make sure you get a hold of us, but we have you in there. I used to have that one, loved it. That is a mighty chunky saber. All right, and now to the saber that we were supposed to give out last week, but we realized it did not work out. This is a full sound saber. This again has 12 colors, RGB, 10 character sound fonts. It is rechargeable on the inside as well. This will come with the blade and a 1-year warranty. So if you are ready for the Raider, let's see who gets the Raider.
Yes, third time's a charm, right?
I hope so.
All right.
If not, the saber's staying with me.
Let's see how it goes. So once again, Andrew, make sure to get a hold of Kyber Cave through the Facebook account or through email to get us out.
Ninja Dazer, that is not somebody I know.
Oh, congratulations, Ninja.
Woo-hoo! Ninja. Hui, and just like Mez says, we are only 59 people away. If we get 59 more subscribers to the channel, we will be giving away the next saber. We give away a saber every 100 subscribers to the channel. So please share this and let your friends know about it. Ninja, I see you there. Make sure you hit us on our Kyber Cave chat or messenger, and we will get all of your information. You are the winner of the Raider saber.
Congratulations again, Ninja. Woo! Everyone that's won tonight. Make sure, as Van said, to like, comment, subscribe. The more people subscribe to us, the more sabers we give away, the more chances to win more often, right?
That is right. As sad as it is for my wallet, my heart is happy, but my wallet is empty.
There you go. Sorry.
It's okay.
Up in my throat.
I want to thank you, Graveyard, for being such a fantastic host this week and last week. Dude, you've done 2 weeks in a row, Saber Rattle.
I have. I'm just everywhere this week. Last week. All right. I don't think we're going to have a Retro Alcove upload tomorrow. Just time-wise for me, have not been able to get a chance to do it. So I'll probably post one some other time later in the week. Just make sure to check out for that. That's the only
Just go and watch one of the past Retro Alcoves. There's a lot of great episodes to watch.
Yes. And we'll do a montage after doing this a couple of years of how gray my beard gets from these games.
Just slowly starts looking like mine. All right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Remember, we do this every Sunday night, but we have free programming 7 days a week. Whether you're into video games, whether you're into health and physical health and sciences, just BSing, whatever, we got something for you.
Yes. And so stay tuned for the talk of the town, and we will guys see you tomorrow or later this week. Have a good night.
Adios. Peace.